everyone, thanks for joining us, and I have to tell you, this week, I hate everything.
What? Why everything? Like all the games, or even me?
No, I'm just talking about the game that's free from Epic this week, called Everything. I hate it. I hate it. I'm sorry to get straight to the end of the game, but no.
I know.
No.
Why
End of video. Should you play it? No. Let's go.
Let me just tell you that Caleb played this game for 2 hours.
No. I went back.
I know. But at the beginning, you told me you played for 2 hours, and he did get to the point where I get in 10 minutes. So it means like he didn't get anywhere.
It was in 1 hour.
He was just rolling his animal for 2 hours.
Point number one, why the hell do the animals roll? I know you think it's cute. I know you explained it on your website. It's stupid and I don't like it.
Do they explain it? I have my own version.
I want to hear your version.
Okay.
But yes, on the frequently asked questions on their
I didn't
website,
know. Okay.
one of the most frequently asked questions, understandably, is why do the animals roll? And the response from the developers is, because they do.
No,
Screw
I think,
you!
I think it's a little bit more simple than that but let's first introduce the game. The game is actually not about rolling animals, but about controlling anything you see. It counts as animals, trees,
Rocks, galaxies,
microbes, galaxies, islands, planets,
continents,
everything.
yeah,
And you can control everything.
everything.
And it's possibly generated, so it means every time it's a little bit different. So why all the animals are rolling? They're either rolling or sliding. I mean, the fish are sliding.
Right.
So I think it's because of that, because there's so many animals, like hundreds of species in the game. And if they would do like each animal its own type of moving, it's gonna cost and takes even like years to do this. So
agreed.
The simplest is rolling.
Someone on the team came up with the idea of saying, boss, it's too expensive to make every animal move normally.
Yeah.
What if they all just roll around?
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good idea.
No, I understand the need for it, but I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. Like it completely breaks any interest in the game for me. That's point number one.
Okay.
So you wouldn't try to convince me that this is a positive point, would you?
No.
Okay.
It's not. It's the
It's
point
silly.
that is needed. It's silly. It's kind of funny.
I can understand
It's annoying,
that
but it's needed.
if it was a question between being able to finish the game or not finishing the game,
Would you rather the animals would slide only?
This is a dangerous question, Mikhail.
Why is it
Are you going to ask me, would I rather the game not exist?
No, I mean, if it wouldn't rolling, if the animals would just be flying, would it be
Like sliding over the ground?
Sliding over the ground. Would it be
I
better?
think I would find this a bit
Really?
less ridiculous.
Okay.
Still not great, but less ridiculous.
Then some of
Let's move on from that.
let's roll from that, okay? Well, I would say this game is definitely not for everybody.
Which is kind of the motto of our channel.
Yeah, but even though it has got really high reviews from a lot of people, it's got high review from a lot of people.
Go on.
Yeah, but I don't think it's for everybody because I don't think this is even game. This is like a simulator of a kind of simulated life.
It's a visual representation of a philosophy.
Yeah, that's more like it.
That's
Because there's a narrator for the game that is called Alan Watts, and he's gonna go with you with his voice through the game.
Wonderful voice.
Wonderful voice and wonderful talent.
The only positive thing I could find about the game,
not only
the everything, whatever it is, for me was the voice and some of the audio clips of the narrator.
Life is a pattern of immense complexity. And what you call yourself as a living organism, say, I am my whole body at the very least. Now, what is that body? That body is recognizable and I recognize my friends when I meet them again, and you recognize me. Although the last time any of you saw me, I was absolutely something entirely different from what I am now, just as the flame of a candle.
And I have to say before I forget that this game did succeed in making me want to watch some of the full lectures and speeches of Alan Watts.
Yeah.
Which maybe was the point of the entire project, in which case that's a success, but I would have preferred just to hear 2 minutes of his voice and I would go and listen to a lecture. I don't need the game.
I have to agree on that because the narrator and the game, it should be connected, but it somehow doesn't really work.
Yeah, you can see what they were trying to do.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
But I mean, this game is kind of, or simulation is kind of special in that you can really control everything, but it's kind of still useless because you have a no-go and it's only about your imagination.
And what you are able to do with every single being and object is exactly the same. You can find other similar objects, you can dance around, you can create new ones, and you can sing. Yeah. Apparently, at a farther level, you can actually transform into anything of any size.
I think you can transform into anything what you already discovered. So there's a lot of things to discover.
Right.
Like not hundreds, probably thousands, and on like different levels. And there's really, it's about the idea that everything is connected. Right. And when you change into something a lot smaller or a little bigger, you get a new perspective. And it's about that. But it's not really a game in the way that you're gonna like playing it. It's like
the
experience. The experience.
This is the difficulty for me, is that it's presented like an exploration game, except, and I understand the idea that you can be on the molecular level, you could be on the galactic level. It all still feels pretty similar and restrictive, and because it's procedurally generated, this is the problem, is that very, very quickly, there's no sense that you will discover something unique and special around the next hill. It's going to be pretty much the same no matter where you go and what you do.
And the beginning is really rough when you don't know what the game is about.
Especially for some of us who spent an hour and a half rolling around as a mountain lion. Yeah.
It's really, you won't really get it at the beginning before something really is happening.
I mean, I got past that. I feel like
it took me 10 minutes. It took Caleb more than 2 hours to get to the point of the game. So.
Anyway, there's no point. Yeah. There is no point to this game. And this brings me back to my point, which is my concluding point. I do not see a point in playing this game or even having this visual representation of a philosophy experience. Listen to the lectures of Alan Watts and save your gaming time for a real game.
For me, it worked for me at one time, but I wouldn't really recommend it to the wider audience. It's not for everybody, really. So I wouldn't recommend it to play it.
Okay.
But I found the game interesting, but really disappointing at the same time.
So I don't think that anyone should play this. Who do you think could find it to be worth their time, in your opinion?
If you like games that are really different and doesn't necessarily have to be really games,
really different,
it's like really something to think about. And if you like weird games, this might be yours.
Agreed.
Yeah. I like if you watch the trailer and as say it looks fun, you might like it. But if you say it looks terrible, you won't like it.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. Take 2 minutes, watch the trailer. If you're intrigued, give it a try.
Or just watch a gameplay behind us.
But there's nothing behind. There's nothing more than the experience that you would see in the trailer. That's what it offered. But I'm glad to be introduced to Alan Watts, and I think I will try to learn a bit more about his philosophy in the futures. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Tell us in the comments who you agree with, if you're going to play this. If you've already played it, tell us what you think about it.
If you like it or if you don't.
We are open to everyone's opinion is legitimate. Everyone has different perspectives on these games. So tell us your perspective and make sure to catch us in our next.
Which is defined as something that happens to you, and your body itself as something that you got caught up with. It is quite alien to consider all that as you yourself. Because you see, we have such a myopic view of what oneself is.